Thank you, Eric, for those true words. But you know, first I want to, again, until we get down to the home stretch, I'm going to continue to say it to Triple G and also to David Lemieux. Thanks. Thanks for boxing. Thanks for my legacy that I built off the middleweight division. And also, thanks for taking an opportunity to look at yourselves and say, I want to prove in this division, not only by perception, but by actually physically doing it and being undisputed. That was important to me. No, this is not about me, but it's about the history that I believe Triple G and also David Lemieux want to leave for their families and themselves, and also written down in the DNA of boxing history. So to be here to look at the undisputed fight that's ready to take place come October 17th in Madison Square Garden on HBO pay-per-view, to me is use the word surreal. Not only to witness it live, but actually to play a part in it as Golden Boy promotion. We set out, boldly said, boldly, write it down, you got a tape, and play it over. That we want to put the best fights on for the fans and for y'all to do your job, to write about it. And what's not good, tasting to your mouth buds, you write about that also. But we set out to do what we said, and we're going to continue to do it. And you know what? I got to respect K2. This is really the first time I've been around, not Abel Sanchez or Triple G and a few other people, but the promotion of K2. Why? Because they echoed the call that we put out to all y'all the beginning of the year in some terrible times. This is another reason to understand that we're here for a long haul. We're closing this year out with a bang in boxing. The beginning of the book of reading is great, the middle of it, okay, you remember, but the ending is always something you talk about. And so we want y'all to be talking about this ending of 2015 going into the next year. Yeah, we already planned for things to happen here right now today. So again, thank you Triple G, thank you David Lemieux for doing something that is rarely done in boxing. Unfortunately, a unification, one guy, one champion that we all recognize, whether he's on Golden Boy's side as a fighter or K2. So again, enjoy the fight. I'm not going to repeat what Eric Gomez repeated. Everybody's been doing their job. And I say, sit back, tell your family, tell everybody. If you haven't got a ticket, get one. But I'll tell you one thing, don't miss this fight. Because this fight, to me, has fight of the year written all over it. And get your popcorn before bell ring. Thank you. Make some noise, y'all. It's all quiet.
Trying to figure out, I was mesmerized by Bernard's words, so I'm trying to figure out where we were in the order here. But I was there. I was there when Bernard fought at Madison Square Garden against Felix Trinidad, one of the greatest matchups there at the Garden. And like you say, left some DNA there in history at MSG. And we're proud to have him involved in the promotion. As having the greatest number of middleweight title defenses. He holds a record 20 middleweight title defenses. I know Abel knows about that. I know Gennady knows about that. But Bernard holds the record. I'm going to bring Eric back up to introduce Camille as the manager of David Lemieux.
Thank you, Tom. We've been partners now with Camille and Tiger Management for a while. He's got a great staff, all his staff. They work very, very hard also, so I want to thank you. Thank you guys. Virginie, where are you at?
Yeah,
Virginie. She's very hardworking, thank you. You know, when you have a great partner like Camilo Estefan, who has the same vision as we do, as Oscar De La Hoya does, it's simple to work together. And he has that, he shares that vision. And he's done many promotions in the Montreal area, in Canada, and obviously he lives for these big fights, and he wants these big fights for his fighters. So it was very simple to be able to work with him and to get this done. And there's other big fights we're working on right now, and I think we're going to be successful in getting those done as well. So I want to bring him up to say a few words. He's the manager for David Lemieux, and that's Camilo Estefan. Camilo.
Firstly, I want to echo the thanks that you have heard to all the partners that have made this happen, without boring you and naming everybody again, but truly all due respect to all these people that are bringing together what I feel is a card that is really a lesson to boxing, to the people involved in boxing. You know, it takes two fighters that want to fight to make these fights happen, and I think both Gennady and David wanted to fight the best out there. When I was speaking to David about the fight being close to being made, or discussing it, what resonated was the fact that he's a true champion, said Camilo. You know, the word champion means something. It means somebody that will go forward towards objectives, towards challenges. I want to fight the best. If this guy's the best out there, I want to beat him. That's a true champion. A champion has a meaning, that word. It's not about ducking anybody and only thinking of the business. We got to think of the fans. So this is, as was spoken yesterday, truly a gift for the fans in the boxing world. Not only Gennady Golovkin and David Lemieux fighting on October 17th, but a fantastic undercard. I love watching Chocolatito fight, Ryan Valoria. What an amazing fight that is. And you'll have more news about the other bouts that we're working on that should be amazing. I want to give you a little bit of perspective as far as what we're looking from our side, the Lemieux side. You know, we truly feel that October 17th is the day where you'll have a perspective of change. And I know, without any ill will or disrespect, the WBC, Mr. Suleiman mentioned the Triple G fight. This is not the Triple G fight. And I know it's not meant in any disrespect, it's mostly your subconscious. You know, you've seen Gennady fight 8 times on HBO, pay-per-view now. Tom saying the fastest tries to the pay-per-view. Well, David Lemieux fought once on HBO and is now in the pay-per-view. And the reason why this is happening is because of both guys. So this is the Golovkin-Lemieux fight on October 18th. Your subconscious will change. You'll start talking about the Lemieux fights. Thank you very much, guys. For that to happen, it takes an engineer. And we have an amazing engineer, one of the top in the business, great mind, great individual that's so devoted to sport and his people. And you know, Eric mentioned the mesh that we have together with Golden Boy. We truly feel like a family. We really do. We're fighting for each other. Well, Mark certainly fights for his fighters and engineers what is to become a great performance from David Lemieux. I want to introduce to you Mark Ramsey.
Thank you, Kevin. First of all, I would like to thank everybody who made that fight happen. HBO, K2 Promotion, Golden Boy, Eyes of Tigers. I'm so proud to be part of a promotion who generate such of interest from everybody, because we give to the fan exactly what they want. You know, we never lie to David when we bring the name of Golovkin on the table, what's the size of the challenge that he's going to face. You need to truly understand your opponent to start to build up a strategy. If you just believe that you're going to win because you're going to win, you're already on a wrong track. You need to truly understand your opponent. And we're facing a guy, an amazing athlete, an amazing boxer who's surrounded with one of the best trainers of the business. We all know that. And I have the chance, because I was an amateur coach of Canada from 2000 to 2004. I know Mr. Golovkin since he's probably 17 years old. I was there in Bangkok when he won the World Amateur Championship. It was amazing performance. He beat in the same tournament Matvey Korobov, Andy Lee. He beat Lucien Boutet, and I think there was this pen in final, right? Like, it was amazing performance. But I was there also when he lost against Gennady in the Olympic, and also in the Olympic test with the same Despang. And I know that can happen. This is something you never saw as a professional. We all have the idea of the guys who nobody can beat. But he's a human being like everybody, and he can beat. And now we have 8 weeks to make that happen as a professional. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. As Camille said, this isn't a one-sided promotion. When I spoke to Eric originally, when we were talking about making the fight, both understood this is two champions fighting each other. Two champions bringing their belts into the ring. So there's no A side, B side. You know, we made the fight in 3 days, and HBO was putting pressure on us to announce the fight on their last broadcast, and so we signed it. I was in Germany, and Eric signed it from over here, and we made the fight. And when you got guys like this wanting to fight, wanting to risk their titles, Gennady has always, since he became the WBA champion in 2010, 5 years ago, we've been trying anything to get another champion to fight him. And David Lemieux is the first one, and his team is the first one to have agreed to do that. Echoing Camille's statement is we anticipate a lot of people coming from Montreal to support David. MSG has the demographics of where the tickets have been ordered, and there were a substantial amount coming from Canada and especially from Montreal. So we expect a lot of fans supporting David. Getting now to the Gennady side, we have the, is it the bus or the plane, the pilot? Abel really doesn't need any introduction. He's really the engineer behind Gennady's professional career and the style that he's developed. Gennady had, as Mark had said, he had a tremendous amateur career. He won a couple of world championships, Asia Games, silver medal in the Olympics. So he had a very experienced, he had 350 amateur fights, a lot of experience in the amateurs. And so whatever style, like Willie Monroe was a southpaw, moved around a lot. David Lemieux was a huge puncher, completely different style than Willie Monroe, his last fight. But Gennady has basically seen every style in the ring. But Abel is the one who's taken that gem and polished it a little bit more. And he put his touch on it. And now he fights the Mexican style. That's the aggressive style with the pressure, body shots, overwhelming opponents. And with that, I'd like to introduce Abel, who's got the one of the best training camps in the world in Big Bear Lake. Abel Sanchez.
Thank you very much. I think everybody's been thanked except for the fans. Thank you very much for all the support. This is the kind of matchup that begs for answers. Some serious questions are going to be asked and answered on October the 17th from both of these guys. I am looking forward to matching wits with Mark. I think we were discussing a little while ago that we have 3 fights in the next probably 5 months against each other. So this is the first of 3. but I anticipate a difficult fight. David is a tough competitor. He proved that in his last fight and the fight before that. He's a big puncher. Gennady is also, but I think that the fans are going to win out on this October 17th night. Thank you very much.
Just an interesting note, when you are on a press tour like this, you're traveling around. We were actually on the same plane yesterday from Montreal to LA, if you can imagine that. So it's been a very professional, a very cordial promotion and tour. But I heard Bernard telling one of those stories to Abel where he fought Lupe Aquino a while ago, and that was one of Abel's standout fighters, you know, among the many champions that Abel had trained. So when you see how small the boxing world is, he said he's going to match with Mark Ramsey over the next few months, another few fights. But it's my pleasure to bring Eric Gomez up again to introduce the IBF champion.
You know, when we first made this fight, I had a bunch of people call me. They congratulated me. Some people congratulated me. They said, hey, congratulations, what a great fight. I'm going to be there. We're going to buy it. But one of the questions also was, why? Why are you guys doing that? That was one of the questions, why? And I think that's a very, very good question. You know, I see this fight kind of, it resembles kind of like David and Goliath. You know, here you have David, the IBF champ. When he was young, you know, when he was young, he had a slingshot, right? I think he got in trouble with the cops one time when he was 9, 10 years old, right? And then you have Triple G, Gennady Golovkin Goliath, right? And, you know, back when David fought Goliath, you know, he was a monster, you know. Goliath was, you know, bully, beating up people in the village, I guess, right? The story goes. And David decided to fight him. Can you imagine when David told his friends, hey, I'm going to fight that guy? His friends probably, hey, oh my God, what are you doing? Why are you going to fight that guy? He's a monster. He's big, he's strong, he's dangerous. But why did he do it? Why did David Lemieux decide to fight Gennady Golovkin? I'll tell you why. Because he thinks he can win. He thinks he can win when you go into any battle. If you're going to go into any battle, you think you can win. You don't go into a battle if you think you're going to lose. Who goes into a war thinking they're going to lose? Nobody. You already lost. But he thinks he can win. And that's what's great about this fight. That's what's great, and that's why hundreds and hundreds of years later, we're talking about David and Goliath, because David took on the challenge and he won. This fight was made because David Lemieux wanted to take this fight. He said, I want to fight him. He's the best guy, I want to fight him. Why? He wants to be great. And greatness is achieved when you have a challenge like this and you overcome this challenge. And that's how you become great. And that's what David wants. He wants to be great. He doesn't want to be a puppet like other fighters that are told who they have to fight. He doesn't want to be a puppet. Right? Other fighters with influential managers that have to be told who to fight. No, he chose to fight Gennady Golovkin because he feels he can win and he wants to be great. And you gotta love him. And that's what's great about boxing. So I want to bring him up. He's the IBF champion. You guys know him. He's going for all this jewelry up here because he feels he can win the fight. David Lemieux.
Hello. What's up, LA? Super happy to be here. Can you feel the excitement? There's a lot of good energy here. Good point pointed out by Eric Gomez. Yes, I do know, I believe I can win, but I don't just believe it. I understand what I need to do to win. I'm not a dreamer, I'm a realist. I'm not going in this fight because I believe I'm going to win or I hope I'm going to win. I'm going in this fight because I know I'm going to win. Why? Because things I've learned over the years, things I've experienced, things I've tasted inside and outside of boxing. I got to know myself in many very well, and I got to know my abilities and God's gift that I was given, and to use it and polish it in the best possible way I could. And I am here today because of my great determination and everything I've done over the years, and all the struggle I had to do. Some people have a different pattern. Some people have a more difficult course to achieve. Everybody's pattern is different, but everybody's roots are not the same. And with that, I've came a long way, and to be here, I'm extremely proud, and to be fighting, the Goliath of the division. It's pretty funny, anyways. So it's an interesting fight, I like Golovkin. He's a respectful guy. He's good. He's a good champion. He has good values. But in the ring, there is nobody likes nobody. We're two pit bulls unleashed, and we're going for the neck. And we're gonna give the world what they want to see. We're gonna give them without no restraint, no nothing. But we're two professionals, and we know how to do it. And if there's anybody that's up for the challenge to beat him, there's nobody else than me. So on October 17th, you will see something great. Make sure you watch. Thank you very much.
Thank you, David. That really emphasized the meaning of the fight. Eric, is that Goliath spelled with 3 G's? Well, before I bring up Goliath, I'd like to I stand up here and speak on behalf of our team. Gennady fights in the ring on behalf of our team. But there's a lot of people behind the scenes on our side that these events wouldn't be possible. So I'd just like to quickly recognize a few people. First, Oleg Herman is Gennady's manager. Him and his brother Max have done a marvelous job. They brought Gennady to me where we had the meeting, and we worked out the deal. It was, I promised, I'll do my best to promote him in America, and this is what we have 3 years later. So it's been a terrific team. Just quickly, Erica St. Philip is my right-hand person. She's been with us since... She's been working with K2 since we did across the street here, Vitaly Klitschko against Corey Sanders, 2004. That was our very first promotion. It was a heavyweight championship of the world. It was also for the WBC title, Pepe. And so then John Hornauer, Rondi Nicola, Melissa Moscow, there's a number of people, but I just wanted to recognize them. A special weapon in Gennady's team is his twin brother Max, which a lot of people don't really know the history of his family. But Max was also a very outstanding amateur. And a lot of times they would meet in the finals, or they would decide, okay, I'm going to be in this tournament, you be in that tournament, because they were the best in their division. And so because, if you think about this, you put it in context, Max was about 15 minutes younger than Gennady, because Gennady is the older brother. He was the one that was chosen to go ahead and become a professional, and his brother Max stayed home with his parents to take care of them in Kazakhstan. And that's really the story and the secret weapon behind, and the inspiration behind Gennady. So with that, I know everyone's said a lot. I'd like to bring up the WBA, IBO, WBC interim champion, Gennady Triple G Golovkin.
Good afternoon, everybody. I feel I'm home. Oh, first of all, thank you so much. Look at this. It's 4 belts. Thank you very much. HBO pay-per-view. Thank you so much. Madison Square Garden family. Thank you very much. Promotion. Gentlemen, this is a great deal. This is a biggest present for everybody, for fans, for TV, for us, of course. Thank you very much for the team. It's an amazing time for us. Yeah, right now, I'm very excited. I'm very happy. Right now, I understand Bernard. More respect, Bernard. I understand right now this situation. Pay-per-view, unification, great opponent. Oh, this is amazing time. You know, I don't know who wins because I'm not God. Thank you, God. I promise, amazing show because a lot of great champions. Chocolatito Gonzalez, another guy, another champions in this event. October 17th, Madison Square Garden. I think a great day for sport. Respect sport. Respect my sport. Respect boxing. Thank you, guys. Everybody understand? Everybody look new story. New step to story. October 18th. Please welcome to Madison Square Garden October 17th or watch TV. Thank you very much.
So with that, we'd like to bring up the fighters to pose.